Kahalayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Rakal Kadash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Kahalayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule well, and taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect man pushing this truth and faith and sincerity. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kadash, Barakatham. So you sincere listeners who may hear this. Alright. And I seen this article yesterday, and it was spiritual to me. You know, when I seen it, I was like, oh man, this Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shah all day, getting ready to open up these plagues on America. Getting ready to open up these plagues as before on these people, you know, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shah done sent poisonous toads and frogs out as a plague before, you know. So I'm gonna read this article, you know, and I'm gonna hit a few precepts, Lord willing, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shah Ba'ashem Kakadash. It's edifying. All right, it says poisonous baby toads plague Florida neighborhood by the thousands. All right, by the thousands, man. All right, and it says, and it's spiritual too, because it says plague, you know. And let's get this word plague in the etymology, you know, because this was one of the plagues that Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shah sent upon Egypt. Plague. Plague come from the Latin word plaga, and it says a contagious bacterial disease characterized by fever and delirium, typically with the formation of buboes, a contagious disease that spreads rapidly and kills many people. And that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shah is going to send out here. That's what kind of plague he's going to send out here, a contagious disease that spreads rapidly and kills many people, you know, a contagion, you know, a sickness, an epidemic, a pestilence, you know. And pestilence and plague is pretty much synonymous with one another. With one another. That's why it's one of the synonyms. It says an unusual large number of insects or animals infesting a place and causing damage. That's what these frogs is, man. These toads, you know. Infestation, epidemic, invasion, influx, swarm, multitude, host, a thing. It says a thing causing trouble or irritation. Salakia, cause continual trouble or distress to, afflict, bedevil, torture, torment, trouble, beset, dog, curse. So being afflicted and bedeviled and tortured, torments, you know, those who have cast my, well, let's get that real quick. Because I got some precepts lined up. Let me get this first. Just because I said it, because it says torments, you know. So this is part of the torments and the afflictions that Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shah is going to send down here to upon 2/3 of wicked Israelites, you know, and upon all the heathen and those who are not slated for salvation, you know. And this is scary as fuck, you know, because it's happening, you know. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. This 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. And they who have cast away the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shah despitefully shall dwell in torments. Some of them torments is gonna be getting plagued by poisonous toads and frogs, man. All right. All type of newly created beasts, you know, all type of different plagues that Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shah gonna send to cast people into torments, you know. So let me get a little bit more on this, and I'm gonna read the article. It says pester, harass, badger, bother, torment, persecute, bedevil, harry, hound, disturb, trouble, you know, irritate, worry, nag, annoy, vex, molest. Hey. So people gonna be aggravated, pestered, tormented, you know, bothered, badgered, bedeviled, troubled, hounded, disturbed by these plays that Yahweh Shem Yahshai gonna send. And he's done this before. That's how we know that this is of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, because this how Yahweh Shem Yahshai rock. All right. I'm gonna read this article. It says thousands of poisonous baby toads have reportedly overrun a Florida suburb, and residents are fed up. The buffalo toads, also known as cane toads, started showing up at Jenny Quachay's home in Marabella neighborhood in Palm Beach Garden on March 14th, but the problem was much worse the next day. Friday morning, it was like a mass exodus of toads. Hey, that's spiritual as hell, man. Cause this story is in Exodus. You know, that's crazy, man. You know, it said it was like a mass exodus. When you hear these words, some of these words that be in here, it letting you know like it's coming from Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You know, it was like a mass exodus of toads. Okay. It says baby toads, they're very small and all crawling from the lake. At this point, we didn't know if they were frogs or toads. When I say billions and billions, you can't even count. The mother of three told the Palm Beach Post, buffalo toads are secrete toxins that can cause eye irritation in children or harm pets, you know. And Yahweh Shem Yahshai not gonna spare no children, man. Our children gonna get it too, you know. I just see a massive amount of toads or frogs everywhere, covering every square inch, Quasha told WPTV. You can't even walk through the grass without stepping on one. According to the Palm Beach Post, the toads have been clogging pools and swarming patios and streets. The outlet also reported homeowners in the neighborhood have been given a letter explaining that the toad infestation is an isolated natural occurrence. Mark Holiday of the Pest and Removal Service Toadbusters told WPTV that recent rains coupled with warm temperatures sent the amphibians into a breeding cycle. Holiday said even more toads are likely to spread throughout South Florida in the coming weeks. All right, so you see that it said that the toad infestation is a natural occurrence, but it's open to spread to more South Florida neighborhoods by next week. And the lady said it was billions upon billions. You can't even count them, man. All right, that's a plague from Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Okay, so and she said it was like a mass exodus. All right, so let's get this in Exodus the 8th chapter. This is Exodus chapter 8 verse 1. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai spoke unto Moses, go unto Pharaoh and say unto him, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, let my people go that they may serve me. And Esau is the modern day Pharaoh. He in the modern day Egyptians. All right. He's not trying to let Israel go, man. All right. He's not trying to let us go. All right. Israel is the one would keep this ragged ass shithole country going. You know. Verse 2. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs. You know. And so Yahweh Shem Yahshai gonna do this again. He gonna smite all the borders of America with frogs, man. All right, this is one of the plays that Yahweh Shem Yahshai has done before. All right, and let me get this in Ecclesiasticus 1 real quick, cause Yahweh Shem Yahshai don't switch up. You know, he did it before. He gonna do it again. All right. Yeah, here we go right now. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that what shall be, and that which is done is that what shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So Yahweh Shem, there's no new thing under the sun. This ain't no new thing. The thing that has been is what's gonna be. All right, and what has been, Yahweh Shem Yahshai smited of ancient Egypt with plagues, man. All right, he gonna smite spiritual Egypt with plagues. Okay, modern day Egypt. All right. Verse 2, and if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs. And this is just one of the minor, many on top of many plagues that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to send upon America. All right. And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house. And that's what's happening in this Florida neighborhood, you know, and into thy bed chamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and then into thy kneading troughs. You know, so let's get that word, kneading troughs. So these frogs gonna start coming in people's houses, start flooding their houses. More wild beasts, cause it's already occasions where wild beasts is busting in people's house. Bears knocking on people's door. You know, uh, um, wild coyotes, wild wolves, mountain lions. You know, um, just coming in people's houses, ending up in people's garages. You know,
Strong's 4863. Mish-ereth. Mish-ereth.
said, oh, bowl. You know, so like when the dough rises. So in people's food, in people plates and bowls, you know, you just gonna, man, hey man, it's gonna be some shit. You might come home one day, man, it be a whole bunch of snakes just in your house, man. You know, just snakes just crawling all through your house and shit. You might open up your cabinet, boom, snake in that bitch. You turn around, big ass boa constrictor under on your table or something, man. Are these the plagues that Yahweh Shemi Asai gonna send to this bitch? He gonna do it again. All right. And the fraud shall come up both upon on thee and upon thy people and upon all thy servants. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thy hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Yahweh gonna use his servants to do that again. To bring plagues as well. Again, let me get that just to prove that. This Revelation chapter 11 verse 6, these have power to shut heaven that it rain in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. And this talking about the servants of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. All right, which Moses and Aaron, they was servants of Yahweh Shemel Shah. So when they was doing these smiting the land of Egypt with plagues, Yahweh Shemel Shah was giving them the ability to do that. He's gonna give his servants the ability to do this again, because this in Revelation 11 is a future prophecy. You know, this back in Exodus chapter 8 verse 5, and the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and frogs came out and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. So you're going to have magicians on the left-hand side, who Yahweh Shemel Shah also going to be using to bring more abundance of plagues too, you know, because they're going you're going to have these witches and these warlocks trying to compete with Yahweh Shemel Shah, but these witches and these warlocks got shut down like back in this time. It says, then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me, when shall I entreat for thee and for thy servants and for thy people to destroy the frogs from thee and thy houses, that they may remain in the river only? And he said, tomorrow. And he said, be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our power Yahweh. And the frogs shall depart from thee and from thy houses and from thy servants and from thy people, that shall remain in the river only. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah has said. And Yahweh Shemel Shah gonna harden these Edomites' heart, man. Are they gonna be doing the same thing? You know, they're gonna be doing the same thing, trying to cry out to the servants of the Lord, you know. But it ain't gonna be, because they are already pretty much crying out to the servants of the Lord to by all they different means of witchcraft to get us to stop speaking His word, man. You know, but it's no way this word is not gonna be fulfilled, man. There's nothing they can do to stop Yahweh Shemel Shai from destroying this place, man. And their heart is gonna be hard to bring destruction, because they're not gonna let the children of Israel go. They're not gonna let the children of Israel serve their people. They're gonna continue to continue to serve their power. They're gonna continue to keep this witchcraft and sorcery upon the nation of Israel. So Yahweh Shemel Shai gonna destroy their ass, all right? And he gonna harden their heart and make them do it so he can destroy them, all right? And I could read a little bit more on it, but I'm not gonna go all the way through it, because I don't have that much time, But I'm gonna get this in Psalm 78. I wanted to go a little bit more into that account in Exodus, but it's all through the Spirit, This Psalm chapter 78, verse 45. He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them. All right, hold on. I started at 43. I'll start up a little bit. All right. This Psalm chapter 78, verse 42. They remembered not his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy. And that's talking about when we got delivered from the land of Egypt. How he had wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zon, and had turned their rivers into blood, and their floods that they could not drink. And he sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them. He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar, and their labor unto the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to the hail, and their flocks to the hot thunderbolts. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels among them. And that's what Yahweh Shemel Shai do to this place, okay? Look, he made, verse 50, he made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence, like these frogs, man. All right, and locusts, all right, evil angels, all right, hail, all right, Sirach 39 and 28, all right. It says, and smote all of the firstborn in Egypt, the chief of their strength in the tabernacles of Ham, all right. So look, Yahweh Shemel Shai gonna fuck this place up like he did before. The whole point is he been did this, and he gonna do it again, all right. And I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna wrap it up, get this in 2nd Ezra. I'm gonna wrap it up. I pray this edifying through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, by Shem Rakal Kadash. All right. This 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, and I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. So Yahweh Shemel Shai is not gonna suffer you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians to dwell out here in Egypt no more, okay? But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy Salaki, and will destroy all the land thereof. So Yahweh Shemel Shai gonna destroy this bitch. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh Shemel Shai shall bring upon it. And what kind of plagues and punishment? We just read about it in the Psalms, the 78th chapter, man. Some of the plagues and the punishment that Yahweh Shemel Shai sent. This being an example right here of the plagues that Yahweh Shemel Shai gonna send, man. All right, like these billions and billions, thousands and thousands, millions and millions of poisonous frogs and toads. All right, and it said he gave up their cattle. It said in the article, it said in Psalms the 78th chapter that he gave up their cattle to hell, And when you read in this article, we read about how these toads can kill off pets and children, poison pets and children, So, hey, this the same thing gonna happen now, man. Pets gonna be dying, cattle gonna be dying, kids gonna be dying from poison, getting poison. All right, this is what Yahweh Shemel Shai is doing. All right, he's opening up these plagues. Okay, so Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, I pray this edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, rule well. Peace and salutations to the house of David. Shalom to the elect.